Hello and welcome to the Center for American Decoys. My name is Zetterberg and I'm the curator for the Center for American Decoys here at the Peoria Riverfront Museum. I'm here to give you a brief virtual tour of an amazing new exhibition that recently opened in the newly renovated Doug and Diane Oberhelman River Gallery. The exhibition, Masterworks of the Illinois River, the collection of Thomas K. Figge, includes many of the finest examples of Illinois River Valley decoys that exist. For over 50 years, roughly from 1880 to 1940, the Illinois River Valley was a major center for decoy production in this country. This exhibition highlights many of the legendary carvers and decoys that played an important role in shaping Illinois waterfowl history. The bird decoy is a Native American concept that originated over 2,000 years ago. These early prototypes were made of reeds, grass, mud, and feathers. After America was discovered by the Europeans, the pioneers who came to this country brought with them woodworking skills and sophisticated tools. They improved upon the Native American concept by making their waterfowl lures out of wood, a more durable and paintable material. Today, wooden decoys are considered the only true American folk art and have become highly sought after by museums and collectors across the country. This exhibition, Masterworks of the Illinois River, focuses on decoys that were made in the Illinois River Valley, many of which were made right here in Peoria. Please take a brief tour with me through this exhibition, and I will introduce you to a few of the carvers and decoys that are renowned for their artistry and regional significance. The Charles Shane Heider standing goose is a legend among decoy collectors. This iconic piece of American folk art, standing on a single cast iron foot, is one of 10 standing geese that Shane Heider made right here in Peoria. The original rig consisted of 10 standing and 2 floating geese, which were commissioned by Daniel Voorhees. The project took Shane Heider almost a year to complete. Shane Heider did the carving, and a friend, Jack Franks, painted the birds. When Shane Heider delivered the birds, Voorhees refused to pay the $125 he had agreed to pay, and the entire rig ended up in Shane Heider's attic until his death. The Forum is extremely unique and arguably one of the most iconic decoys ever made. The museum is very proud to host this incredible sculpture in the city of its origin and shine some light on the contributions that Peoria carvers have made to waterfowl history. This decoy was made by Robert and Catherine Elliston. It is a sleeping hen. It was made in 1890. Regarded as the father of Illinois River decoy carving, Robert Elliston, along with his wife Catherine, invented the style of decoy carving which now represents the Illinois River area. The Ellistons started their career as decoy makers at the Undercliff Motel on Lake Senachwine near Putnam. The Ellistons provided decoys for wealthy sporting hunters that traveled to Lake Senachwine during the hunting season. Decoy making turned into a full-time business for Robert and Catherine, and soon the couple began shipping decoys to sporting goods stores across the country. For this reason, the Ellistons are credited as the first commercial carvers from the Illinois River Valley. The Ellistons made thousands of decoys, including sleepers and preeners, like this hen. They stopped making these unique poses early in their career because of the amount of time needed to make them, particularly sleepers because of the time it took to paint their turned heads. Upon Robert's death in 1915, the production of the Elliston decoy came to an end. Here you can see a preening mallard hen made by Bert Graves in 1930. This is one of the prizes of the Peoria Riverfront Museum permanent collection and was a gift to us from Paul Prutzman. In 1915, shortly after Robert Elliston's death, Peorian Bert Graves purchased Elliston's entire business and continued where Elliston left off. Over the years, Graves infused a few of his own personal variations. But the high placement of the glass eye in this hen sleeper was directly influenced by Elliston. As with Elliston, Graves produced numerous preeners, noteworthy for their smooth and elegant sculptural lines. This preening mallard hen graces the cover of our latest publication, American Decoy, The Invention. Here you can see a pair of Lou Kelly mallards made in 1920. This pair of mallards is the most recent addition to the museum permanent collection of decoys, which consists of over 100 examples of Illinois River decoys. This acquisition was made possible with funds from the Taylor French Decoy Fund, a fund established in memory of the late Taylor French, a Peoria businessman, a passionate waterfowl enthusiast, avid hunter, and former chairman of the board of Lakeview Museum of Arts and Sciences. This pair of decoys were actually once owned by Taylor French himself and are now on permanent display to perpetuate the Illinois River Valley culture that was so much a part of Taylor French's life. The maker of these decoys, Lou Kelly, was also a Peorian and owned a boat rental business on the Illinois River called Kelly Beach. Lou Kelly, like so many carvers of this time, used the resources the river provided to earn a living and made decoys to supplement his income. These extraordinary hanging geese were made by modern carver Cameron McIntyre. Cameron is a contemporary sculptor and painter who lives on the eastern shore of Virginia. He carves in the same tradition as legendary decoy carvers from the past. He uses no power tools, only hand tools. Cameron has over 30 years of experience as one of the country's top decoy restoration artists and has spent his life dedicated to studying and understanding waterfowl. His masterful use of color and form are clearly represented in this carving, which is one of 6 of McIntyre's hanging game scene pieces included in this exhibition. His work is truly inspiring and has to be seen in person to fully appreciate. I hope you enjoyed this brief tour, and I would like to thank our sponsors, the Taylor French Decoy Fund and Ducks Unlimited by way of the Miles C. Heider Foundation. And I'd also like to thank all of the Visionary Society members and all of our regular members for making these virtual tours possible. Thank you very much.